What is up, everybody? It's Moverse here today, and we have to talk about the Sony fanboy who is weirdly, strangely begging Phil Spencer for VR on Xbox. Now, if you are a Sony fanboy, why are you asking the head boss at Xbox to bring VR to Xbox? Like, didn't Sony give you VR already? Is PSVR 2 not enough? I don't know. But apparently, this guy is begging Phil Spencer. He says, "Where are we at with VR? For Halo, Gears, Forza, Sea of Thieves, Doom, Wolfenstein, Dishonored, Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Starfield, Prey, Quake, Rage, all Bethesda games pretty much he wants a VR adaptation of. We're sleeping." Now, I hope Phil Spencer disregards this message and don't put a dime into VR whatsoever. It's like, keep that niche stuff over there with PlayStation. It's like, I don't care about VR. I don't think most people care about VR. That's just how the market is right now. It's like, hey, if you want to try VR, PlayStation got a whole VR thing for their base, and even PC has VR. So either invest in a PlayStation or PC. Why does he want Xbox to do the same? I don't know, but hopefully they do not do that again. I didn't like the Wii, Xbox 360, and PS3 generation when they all had motion controls as a gimmick. I don't like it back then. I don't want it now. It's like, keep that with Sony. Keep that over there with Sony, because this is what their player base is doing with VR. This is a New Horizon game. This is what they're doing with it. Doing a little finger painting. Saying, what is this? Xbox are free to buy their own PS5 and PSVR 2. This is what they're doing in the highly anticipated games. Doing some little finger painting. Thinking about Xbox. That's what they're doing. I was like, no, keep that over there. I don't want that over here. I don't want to do finger painting. I don't want to blow into my controller. I don't care about my controller lighting up like it's some light up shoes. I don't care about that. I was like, keep that over there with the PlayStation guys. But there is Doom VR though. Yeah, apparently they do have a Doom VR on Steam. So if he really cares that much, he can buy it on a PC. It's like, why do they want Xbox to join them so much? One of us join us as well. Xbox, be one of us with the whole VR nonsense. It's like, why do they want Xbox so badly? There's just an obsession with Xbox at this point. I guess we all see this. They just have an obsession with Xbox. They want Xbox to follow suit with this whole VR nonsense. And I even found one tweet. Let me see if I can find it of the Reggie Fils-Aimé saying it's a niche as well. It's a niche product that nobody cares about really. Let me see if I can find that tweet or something to that extent. Here we go. So here's the one with Reggie Fils-Aimé was talking about VR, and this is like a graph telling you like the percentage of VR to regular video games. And then Reggie Fils-Aimé says, until there's a must-play experience, this would be true. So like 2020, 42.3% is into regular video games, but only 0.4% is into VR. That are like slowly rises, but it's not really significant. It's like 1.7 and 20 is expected in 2027. So nobody cares about VR. That's what he's trying to say here. Nobody cares about this. This is extremely niche. Nobody cares about it. Only the hype beasts and the Sony diehards are going to buy this thing for PSVR 2. The average person just doesn't care. They don't play a video game. So, like he says, until there's a must-play experience, this will be true. So, and I don't think it's there yet. The technology definitely isn't there yet. Where it's like a must-play. I have to just buy VR. I'm not seeing anything for what I've seen so far. So yeah, finger painting alone, I don't know why he wants Xbox to invest into this super niche market. Like, this ain't it, Chief. It definitely isn't. VR is niche. Please don't invest a penny into it, Phil. I agree wholeheartedly. Why are Sony players demanding Xbox to do VR? I have no idea. They're just super obsessed with Xbox at this point. Like, why do you want Xbox to invest in VR? As a Sony fanboy at that, like, it just makes no sense. VR is a fad. Don't need to have it on Xbox. Hopefully nowhere. What a waste that would be. We don't need it. The 5% that would use it won't, in my opinion. They can allow a third party to bring their VR to Xbox, enable VR versions from. They don't even do all that. Like, just give VR in general. VR is still not mainstream. We're good. VR is not at a point where it's a necessity in gaming. It can wait until we can do like how they did in the Matrix with Neo. I can do kung fu now. I know kung fu. It's like until we at that point, like that scene in the Matrix, I don't care about VR. Really, not at all. I was like, this is what like I said, go back to this video again. This is what people are doing. You got the floating hands, and people are focusing on finger painting. Like, I don't care. This is the most they can do. Like, they put some bongos. It's gonna be the new thing that you can hit the bongos and where you're on PSVR. I don't care about any of this nonsense. Until a substantial level where it's like, oh, this is actually in virtual reality. Like, I'm actually like that scene in Neo. Like, once again, I can know kung fu now. It's like, I don't care about VR. I really don't. Now that might be a long time away. That might not even happen. But right now, it's like, who cares? They rather do toasters and fridges and controller hoodies. Okay. I don't think he knows what VR is yet. Give him time. I don't think nobody cares about VR is the right response right there. Dude, not even PlayStation gamers buying VR right now. They definitely aren't. 5% of PlayStation players bought a PSVR. VR is a niche product. Couldn't give two craps about VR. Let me know when they got Ready Player One VR levels. Yeah, when it gets to that point, like let me know when VR is ready. When it gets to that point, I might invest in VR to that point. But until then, we just see floating hands. I don't care about VR. We don't want that stuff when Xbox. Stop begging for that. Just play your PSVR 2. We want more regular games. I don't want them peripheral. Where were you at is probably getting ignored by Phil. This guy's probably blocked by Phil Spencer. No thanks. No need to waste resources on a VR game for another half dozen years, maybe longer. When you're butthurt over a platform you're not even on, you'll cry over anything. In case you missed it, Xbox gamers don't want it or need it. Maybe you should ask Sony to support their own device. Yeah, why would you ask? Oh, yeah, you can't because the Bethesda games aren't. That's right. That's why you can't ask them to release the Bethesda games because Bethesda's owned by Xbox. I just realized that. That makes it more funnier. They're not focusing on VR. Buy an Oculus Quest 2 and play Microsoft games on PC. Problem solved. Stop begging for S you don't want. I'm sorry, but that is hilarious. He's begging Xbox for these Bethesda games because he wants VR. He wants Xbox to do VR, and then the games are exclusive anyway, so they won't be on PlayStation. That's just even more hilarious. I don't know. Welfare gamers couldn't afford VR. Oh, so now people are broke because they don't got VR, and not the instance that like most people don't even want VR to begin with. This guy just says FVR. He's straight to the point. I want to be nice about it, but FVR. At that point, FVR. I don't care about VR. That's like the straightforward way of saying it at this point. But yeah, FVR. No one cares about that. Stop pretending like you actually care, nerd. If anything, I say they should just partner with HTC with a Vive to bring it and its catalog to Xbox. VR isn't it right now. Zero foresight. Yeah. Nobody cares about VR. It's pretty much the consensus. Like, nobody truly cares about those. VR sucks and no one wants it. Unless it gets like a substantial level where we're seeing movies in VR, then it's like, I don't care about it. Weirdo. It's definitely kind of weird. Even as Sony fanboys are so butthurt that there's no VR on Xbox, I get it. Sony fanboys are upset that we're not envious or jealous of VR, and you can't expect it. Tagging Phil Spencer is not going to get you what you want. VR on Xbox, not going to happen. VR is just absolute trash. People play it for a week, then never again. That's what my theory is too. I think people play it for like a week, say, hey, we got PSVR, let's try it out for a week. And it's going to be just in their closet, just to take it up dust. For like months or years upon end. No games. Obviously, there's no games on PSVR to keep his attention towards PlayStation because he's begging at Phil Spencer for VR games. It's like, what is this post right here? Phil Spencer is way too smart to even think about investing in VR. Ain't nobody want VR, you clown. VR is stupid. Don't waste the time or resources on it. Yeah. These people complain about Xbox having no games, but you want them to invest. You want Xbox to invest in a niche market of gaming? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yet all you have been doing is talking crap about most of these games. Now you want them for VR. Yeah. Oh, they got a Dr. Fanboy post mention. Bro, do you ever stop talking about Xbox? This clown has mental issues. I don't know. If he thinks he's gonna get these games on, if Xbox is gonna do this VR, he definitely has some type of issues right there. Because of this tweet, I believe Reggie's statement about VR even more, and plus it makes people motion sickness. Yeah, that's the other notion too. People get sick from playing VR, so I like it's just not in a good state right now. He said this guy's just getting strange. I got a lot of replies to it. Just getting strange at this point. I 1,000% want those studios working on new games and mainstream sequels, not 3D floating hand versions of old games. Sorry, just me. Is this port begging? I don't even know anymore. Gimmicky VR, no thanks. Ever since Reggie called VR niche, it's all been downhill since then. Phil is like, why are you so obsessed with me? Pretty much. This is some obsession type stuff right here. Like, Sony just released VR. Apparently he's not happy with Sony's VR. He's begging Phil Spencer to make VR on Xbox. Like, it's just weird. And this guy, all he does is hate on Xbox on a daily basis. But it's definitely obsession levels at this point. But I am going to include it right here. I don't think Xbox should not even focus a second on VR. I think it's a super niche market. Even the ex-president of Nintendo said the same thing. It's niche. Nothing on the servers is a must play. I don't think the technology is there. Was like there's any must play experiences right now. So it just is what it is. If you like VR, there's platforms that offer VR. I don't think Xbox needs to invest into it. But those are my thoughts. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching and peace.